Hi, Internet viewers. Frank Rauscher again. Just wanted to touch base with you on what we finished on the last video. We came in, marked out all the tail feathers on top, and we undercut them with a small ruby flame, and we staged those so that it has a nice curved surface rolling this way and that way from the center. Okay, and we took the excess out along the outside here because this stepped down along the way. Now what I want to do is we're going to burn in here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. At the same time, I'm going to try to see if we can't finish the underneath side of the rump here. It's actually the tail, the underneath side of the tail, but the rump gets into play here as well. So if you'll bear with me, we will proceed on. I think maybe before I start the burning up top on this side here, I'm going to try to get this into play on the bottom side here. And of course, we're going to make a lot of dust, so it may be smarter to reshape the tail so it gets thinner, because we got some thickness in here, and it's not that thick. Okay, so we're going to thin that down, and I'll show you how to do that. So hang with me, and we'll proceed on. Okay. We've done all this in here, like I just stated. What I want to do is start setting some boundaries for the underneath side so that we could get the rump set and the tail feathers on the underneath side set as well. So I'm going to give you some limits to what and how we want to shape this, okay? So the first thing I want to do is make sure your center line on the bottom is established here, at least for the length of the tail here that you can see, and it could come up to about here, which is perfectly fine, okay, for what we need. Now, what I'm going to do is have you, from the outside edge, measure straight up. And again, we're dealing with millimeters. So if I measure from the outside edge, looking straight down, from the edge in, I want you to come in 35 millimeters. So it's 35 millimeters from here up to here, and you put a dot right there, okay? Now, what I want to do is this, let's see, I don't think I covered them. Yeah, you do see the rump here on this drawing here, and it curves around. This goes into like the underneath side of the wing and joins up. I'm going to show you how we'll do that. We're going to come here 35 millimeters up on that center line. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go out, I'll say almost on a 45-degree direction over to here, to where we're starting to, where we had this wing running along here, you're sort of joining up right here, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go out like on a 45-degree angle and come up, and you're joining up right along here, okay? It may be a little lower. Maybe I don't have my 45 exact, but close enough. We're going to run that right up into there. Now, what we also want to do is, we had this on the end of our tail, we had this arc that we had established that we wanted to get these feathers to conform to step down on one side and step down on the other. and we came down 4 millimeters and we made this arc. So I'm going to we took some of it out when we were grinding, and I'm going to try to put it back in there again. And I hope you can see this well, and I'm not out of focus. Okay. And then we also want to come down about 4 millimeters from this edge, which is the last feather. And we'll put a dot there. And then we want to pick this up. And we had this in here before, like this, but I'm just using this as a guide. This should almost come back to where this one connects over, okay? So we have this coming around, 4 millimeters down from this top feather, and we draw a straight line, okay? This is going to get thinner, but right now, for what we're doing, I want to keep that much in play. We're going to the other side now. 4 millimeters down from the edge is right here. We're going to connect up with this one, and we're going to come straight on back. Okay, like so. So it's like this and this. I could actually curve this down a little bit. Maybe and what I should have done is maybe bring that up, and this came down, so we'll leave that. So here's what I want to do. Just like these feathers are curving this way, this tail is going to be concave. It's going to go in and out. It's going to be dished. So I'm going to show you one that is sort of like somewhat finished. This is the bottom of what the tail is going to look like when we get done. The rump is going to come down into like a point, and the tail feathers are going to stick out, but they're actually dished. If you look, the same roll that's happening on top is rolling at the bottom, and the lower part is in where the center line is, and then this rises up. So I'm going to show you how to accomplish that, okay? We have a hogging bit, and I'm using the barrel one. And this is a tungsten carbide bit, just for those who aren't sure what the material is. It comes in different names. It's sawtooth. There's typhoon burrs. I can't think of some of them. There's a few of them out there that manufacture these, but these cut pretty nice, and they're true to form. So I'm going to put my machine on, and I'm going to get my magnifiers, which I usually do most of the time. And what I want to do is where we have this 45-degree swing here, I'm going to come along and drive it inward. I'm going to go from the outside in, and I'm following that line, okay? So I'm making a pretty deep cut. I'm going down almost to what would look like that line. If you play it short, that may be better too. You don't have to go as deep for the moment. So I made that strike, and that right now, if I were to pinpoint it, I'd say it's about 4 millimeters down. Then I'm going to do this one. And do 4 millimeters on this side. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to strike this bit straight down the center, but not go into the pencil line here. This is that arc. So I'm going to lay this in here as best I can. And if you'll excuse me for 1 second here. Okay. We are going to run this all the way down to where we just touched the pencil line. Okay. Not quite. Not yet. But you can see we're getting close. Like that. Pretty close. Now, what I want you to do is you got this one to the pencil line almost, and this one to the pencil line. So I'm just going to clean this up right in here. Now, what I'm going to do is clean this out because that's your depth there that you're looking for. And you want to sort of get the swale going on in here. So, keeping the slope coming up or concave setup. So I'm watching my pencil line right here, and I'm going to watch my pencil line at the end here so I don't go into them, and get it close. And you can see I'm getting closer. Now I'm going to go for the pencil line out here to bring that down. Excuse me. But I want this swale in here for concave surface. Good. Now, take this down a little bit more on this side. I'm working one side at a time. Then I'm going to come across this way, and we will do the same thing on this side. We'll start in the middle. Try to get this slope going up this side now. And I'm watching my pencil line so I don't go into the line yet. And I'm keeping this going downhill this way. Then I'm going to watch my lines out this way and bring it down so I can get it close to that line. I'm bringing this up slowly because you don't want this wrap around. This bit will spin around on you, so just go nice and slow. And you do create a lot of dust with this, which you're taking out a lot. And it's scoring the wood pretty good. So I'm going to smooth this out as best I can with this bit. Check where my pencil line is. And I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to stop my machine. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to heavy up the pencil line so that you can still see it. Now, I'm coming around, get to the other side, and here's the pencil line right here. And I'm going to bring that down some more. I still have a little bit more here. I see white before I see the pencil line. Same way over here. And we're pretty close at the end, but we will get closer. I'm going to try to come in. right on this V and bring that right up to the pencil line. Hope you're seeing this. Now, I'm going to run this like so, check myself out so I don't go gouging past the pencil line. At least not right now, okay? We are going to reduce this later because it's still too thick, but I want to at least give you some play in here so that we could get this just right. So, come in here, clean that up right to the end. Then I'm going to try to go back and forth here just to get a lot of the scarring that I did in here as best I can. I can't get it all with this, I know that. Okay, now, what I'm going to do is you have about 4 mil, there's a little bit more, should have come off on here. Just spotted that, so I'm going to come up here and get that right up to the pencil line. Missed that. Maybe a little bit more right here. Okay. Here's what I want to do now. Now that you got this down, and you got about 4 millimeters thickness all the way through here, I'm going to ask you to split that difference. Or maybe get it down to maybe 2 millimeters, okay? Which is gonna put some more markings right in here. But I'm gonna switch hogging bits, not a hogging bit, but I'm gonna get my diamond. Let's see. Where am I? Good question. Okay. Let me get my other bit here. Here's our pear, diamond pear. And I'm going to grab this and plug this in. Take this out, put my diamond pear in there. I'm gonna leave it out a little bit because we gotta let that reach a little bit. Now, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna smooth this out because diamond is much smoother and more controllable. So I'm gonna come in right along that V that I created here in the rump. And then I'm going to come up to the pencil line, the new pencil line we have in there now. And I'm sloping everything down. Like, here's your center line here. And everything's flowing down this way and this way. Okay, so that you have that nice curve. That's what we're trying to create. Now I'm going to work the side first, this side, on the outside here. Take it down and get it thinner. And then I'm going down to the middle. Now I'm going to go this way across to try to get that new line that we have in there. So I'm going to go back and forth in here. Still keeping the bottom is right in the center here. So I'm getting closer. doing this nice and easy. You're not trying to be aggressive. I still have some more right in the middle here. I want to make this a nice swell. We're trying to make this arc on the bottom so it's going down and up. And I do this in stages so that you could stay in control. Now I'm going to come over here on the V, clean that out, and then I'm going to walk my way up on this side to get up to the new pencil line. Take it down to the new pencil line. Okay, clean that up. And again, you want this feeling is that you're sliding down and then you're going back up. And if you have some bumps in there, you want to make it so it feels real smooth in there, so everything's going across. I know you're not going to get it perfect, but you want to get it pretty close. And then what I'm going to do is sand this before we get too far afield here. Now, that's getting close enough for what we want to do right now. Okay, that looks pretty good all the way around for the thickness I want to maintain at the moment. Okay, and get this nice and smooth. Now, what I'd like you to do is we created this wall here that went straight down at this V. I call it a V. It's actually the rump of the bird. Now, this has a center line that I want to come up. Oh, let's see how far up I want you to come. I want to say about 3 millimeters up right to here from the end. And I'm going to get this diamond pair. And I'm going to run this down here just to get a groove in there. We did have one up further. Now I'm going to carry that down a little bit more. Right to the middle here. And I only want down about down here for that 3 millimeters or so, about 2 millimeters. I'm sorry, that was 30 millimeters. Excuse me. Let me go back and clarify that. That was about 30 millimeters up to there. And I sort of transition it past that. And it sort of joins up with this one we already had in here. And I'm taking that right down. Okay? And it's down about maybe 2 millimeters down in thickness as far as drop. Now, we have this in here, and this in here, and that's your wall. I'm going to roll this as if like you have a center line coming down, and we're going to round this over. So here's what I do. I come down, and I get my pair, and I get like a 45-degree chamfer to that line. And when I reach that, you'll see it going away. It starts, that means I've gotten to the bottom of it. And then this rounds off just before you get to the wing itself. Okay? And then I'm going to round this right over to the center. And this is now going to slope from here up. Now, I still have an edge. Even though I rolled it, I still have this. And I don't know if you could see that well or not. I'm going to come in and take that right up to the middle here. Then I still have it. I don't want any edges. I want like a roll to the center, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come in here. By putting the pencil line down below, when you actually reach that point, you'll see it disappearing. That means you've reached that level down there where the pencil line was. When the pencil line disappears, that means you're far enough down on the chamfer, going down, the 45-degree chamfer. And then I round this over. Okay, I'll clean up the tail a little bit because I was banging into that. And I'm going to roll this around right here. I'm going to roll this. I have that valley in there. I'm going to roll in and out of the valley. And I'm going to roll in and out of the valley here. So I'm sort of rolling this up and that up in this center section here. So it's just a round over. I'm only doing in the breast area here. Okay. And I'm just trying to get things smoothed out. If I see things like an edge or something from the channel edges I made by running that bit straight through there, I want to soften it out. I still want to keep that valley, I just don't want to have edges. Okay. And we're going to, in the next step, we're going to really try to make that disappear completely. Now, if I see something like I banged into or something on the tail, I'll clean that up. Now, we've got that fairly smooth and blend it back without hitting the wing. I'm always skirting around that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over, and you could do hand sanding and stuff like that. I'm going to go with the rotary sander. And I plug that in. And I'm going to keep that out a little bit. We'll run this at half speed. And I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to smooth this all out. This will be your getting everything concave in this area here. Then we come this way. And you have to watch, because you could do some reshaping if you lean hard enough, and you don't want to do that. But if you have something that showed a bump or something like that, you can lean on this a little bit and take it out with the sander. But you don't want to lean too hard. The idea is you let the bit do the walking for you, or the shaping, and not get aggressive with it. So that's pretty smooth now. Now I'm going to come on up into the breast area here, which is above the V. Smooth that out. And I'm going to smooth this out. Going back into that little channel dip we put in there. Do this side too. Okay. And I think we got this pretty good. Okay, so at this stage of the game, I'm just gonna get most of the dust out of here. And I don't know if you remember that. This is that horsehair. And this is a little stiffer. I'm gonna plug this in and run this at, again, at half speed. And all this dust that's in here, and you'll see this fly now, and this will bring back a lot of the burn. You're not leaning hard on this, you're just letting the bit get all the dust out, because we created a lot of dust when we hogged out the underneath side of the tail. And you can see this will get brighter because we're getting all the dust out of here, okay, in this area. You even have dust down in here, and here. We're just cleaning it up a little bit. And even down here, there's dust all over. So this, and you're not leaning hard on this at all. This is just getting the dust out, okay? So I'm gonna stop the video at this point, and what we'll do, I thought I was gonna get it all done, but we're gonna do the top of the tail here as far as burning on the next one. And then I'm going to also do the bottom. So we're going to do the tail complete on the next one, but we got the rump in this time. And we got the shape. We got this concave surface in here, and that's what I want to try to achieve. So I thought we had time to get everything, but I'll come back in and show you how to burn this. And we're not going to do the reverse burn where we burn from the outside in. We're going to be burning from the inside out on these, because it's a little difficult to try to burn it that way, and it'll work by burning from the inside out. Okay, so I hope you got something out of this one. If you did, I would ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that too. We are really motoring on with the owl. We got most of the feathers on the wings done. We got the tail top done. I'm going to show you on the bottom how to put the feathers in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start on the head end and start marching down through the breast, and I'll show you how to finish that. And we're getting closer. We're getting closer than we've been, for sure. And I hope you enjoyed this. And we may get this owl flying yet. So if you could bear with me. I know it's a lot of videos, but I'm trying to break it up in segments so that you get enough of it without giving you a whole lot. And if you can accomplish what we've done so far, that would be great, okay? And again, you know, we want to make sure everything's smooth down in here. And you can do hand sanding. You can even get the sander in here like this. And I showed you these other items that you can come in and do sanding too, if you ever need any of these, or you need the mandrel sanding types. I have them available as well. So if you need anything, give me a holler. And my email address, if you need to get a hold of me to get any questions on what I've done, contact me through my comments section of the video, or you can write to me. My email address is Rauscher, R-A-U-S-C-H-E-R, Frank, F-R-A-N-K, 7 @gmail.com. And if I can help you out in any way I possibly know, I will tell you what I know. And if not, I will ask the audience in some cases. One gentleman had asked me that he would like to know if you can use modeling paste to and sawdust to get like a hairy look on some woodpeckers. And I've never done it before, but like I stated in some of the comments, answers back, I should say, I have used white glue and I dyed the sawdust green and then sprinkled it on the white glue on the base of a bird to make it look grassy looking. I also use what they call reindeer moss, which is ideal for adding onto a base to give it some life and some greenery. So if you ever need any of that, I have small bags of that, and they're very inexpensive. So if you ever need anything like that, give me a holler, and I will try to accommodate you where I can, and contact me if you need anything. So hope you enjoyed this again. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if because you could support my channel that way. And if you have a friend that may be interested in wanting to get started, I'm giving you lessons almost like I normally taught all the way through. I've done this for like 30 some years or more, probably 50 years or more. And I'm giving it to you just like I normally taught. So it's just a step-by-step process. And if you stay with me, we'll have a finished product like the owl I showed you in the beginning of the process here. So again, see you on the next video. Take care now.